All right, hey everyone, Riley here from becominganelectrician.com. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about knee pads as an electrician. These are really, really cool. They insert into your work pants, whether that is your coveralls or Carhartt work pants. I believe also like Dickies. Pretty much most construction work pants allow you to roll these up and slide them in the slot, which I'll share in just a second. I will also say that these really aren't a replacement for heavy duty knee pads. If you are having to do a lot of kneeling, you would still want to be getting knee pads. This is for if you just have to go on your knees super, super quick, maybe to do a plug, etc., stuff like that, then these are always super useful, okay? If you have to kneel on concrete, okay? These are actually a little expensive for what they are, but I'm telling you that it is worth having. And then if you're doing really, really heavy duty kneeling all the time, you'll want to look into a knee pad. And this one right here was really, really nice. I'll also say one thing is I actually removed the top strap, and I found that just having the one strap was way more comfortable. You actually don't need these knee pads on super tight. You just need it so that when you go down and kneel, that they're right there to use. When I had both straps, it kind of dug into the knee, into the back of the knee, and it was just annoying on the pants. You just use the one bottom strap, it was great. So we're not gonna be talking about these hard ones, we're gonna be talking about how to install these soft knees into your Carhartt pants. Pants, coveralls, any kind of work pant, okay? Okay, so like I showed in a previous video, all of these work pants have just a little hole right here, okay? You can see that. Here's your, your coveralls. At the very, very bottom of the pant, there is just a little hole there. A lot of people don't know that, and you can just roll one of these up, you slide it in there. But I will say, when you slide it in there, sometimes it just slides around and it's not like at like the perfect position. So I actually, got these, I got my mom to sew where it was good. So here's an example of how I installed them for myself. You can see that the knee pad is in there already. It's just been ripped over years of use. But you can see I put I sewed up top so it wouldn't go up. Sewed on the side so it would stay exactly where it was, and then I also sewed one on the bottom. And what this allowed me to have is just a phenomenal workflow. Whenever I would kneel down, the knee pad was actually where it was supposed to be. I found when I didn't have these sew marks, I was always having to kind of adjust my pant leg. And again, I always like workflow. Simple, to the point, comfortable. Even if you don't sew them, it's still nice to always have those knee pads. And yes, you wash it with them in, okay? So once they're in, and you get a really good experience. All right, so there is actually a couple brands that I've seen out there, some kind of knockoffs. The soft knee ones are pretty good. They are a little expensive for what you get. So it says for permanent installation in double knee workwear, okay? And that's what we will be doing here today. So I'll just open this up, and as you can see, that is their website if you would like to check them out, softknees.com, okay? And again, there's not like a left or a right. They're the exact same thing. And then as you can see, it's just like a foam pad, okay? And so how you install these is you just want to kind of roll them up like you just roll them up in a little roll, and then you insert them into the bottom, and then they undo, and you're good to go, okay? So on this side, I just feel it's a little thicker than on this side. This side's pretty thin. I would actually rather them not put their logo, or if they want, put it like up top or something, because over here it's much thinner than over here. But like I said, once it goes in, I like to sew. You don't need to sew the whole thing. You just need to kind of sew just a little bit so it doesn't fall. Same here on the side, and then one at the top. And okay, so let's install it. All right, so for this side, I would recommend putting the logo, I think, on the outside, and then same here, this logo I'd put on the outside, because again, like I said, it feels a little thin with their branding. Okay, so you want to roll this up as tight as you can, because that little hole is actually pretty hard to get it in. And so you just do it like this, and you want to hold the very, very end, just like this, okay? And then you slide it in. As I am doing this, I'm kind of pulling this one and then pulling the pant leg, and that kind of gets it in there nice and good, just like this. Okay, here we go. So now when it goes like this, just make sure that we're unfolding it like this. We want to go like the proper way. And then even up top. Okay, so there you go, it is installed. So that knee pad is installed. But like I said, they fit pretty good, but At the same time, I found myself many times having to like reposition like my pant leg. But again, that is why I recommend you just put little sew marks and it will lock this into place, all right? So you just kind of want to figure out where it is for you. And here's just a little general idea of where it is. So I had mine up just a little bit, again, depending on where your knee is, right? It just kind of locks it into place. But yeah, you can see it's installed right there, right? So there you go. So that is soft knees. That's how you install them. I would highly, highly recommend them. Again, this can be for your coveralls. It could be for your Carhartt just work pants. And also, I think even like the Dickies and stuff, they have a little hole right here. And once they're installed, they're good to go. You can wash them with them in. And then I would just suggest putting little sew marks wherever you want. And I'm telling you, just gives you a way better experience whenever you kneel. It is exactly where you want. And one other thing I'll quickly say is if you always have to kneel down, you know, as an electrician doing plugs, if you have to go on the concrete, one thing that someone always told me, a little trick, always bring like a piece of cardboard or something around with you. That way you're not kneeling directly on the ground. If you listen close, when I ever talk to you in my videos, I'm always talking about protecting your body, right? And so your knees, if you're kneeling on the concrete all the time, I'm telling you, you're gonna really, really hurt your knees over time. The thing is, when you're working, it's all about fast workflow. You gotta get it done right now. But the thing is, in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years of always kneeling on the concrete, I'm telling you, you're gonna really hurt your body. So always bring a little piece of cardboard around with you, even in addition to these knee pads. I'm telling you, like, it's just way better on your body. And if you're really, really doing tons and tons of kneeling, then you may wanna look into like a more heavy duty knee pad. This is what I was always using back in the day. It was great, but they are pretty annoying to always put on. And again, like I said, I just put the bottom strap on for a way better experience. But this is great for just general, if you just got to kneel down quickly, it's just like, you're so grateful you have a little knee pad. No one even knows that you have them in, right? So you're working in comfort. People don't even know. And if you really have to kneel all the time for long periods, you can also get these, okay? So that is this video. Again, those are called soft knees. Like I said, they are pretty expensive for what you get, but it's just a one-time installation. It goes with your pair of pants and they're there for the life of them. I'll also just share an example of an old pair of pants. So as you can see, I was starting to get holes in them and stuff. And I went to a seamstress and they re-sewed the hole. Therefore, I can still use my knee pad with, and it's just repaired, right? Because the actual coveralls were still good. Well, it had some holes in it and stuff. But all I'm saying is there's ways to keep your clothing lasting longer. You know, might have cost 20 bucks, 25 bucks rather than paying like $100 for a new pair, right? But again, yeah, I'd look into just sewing these into place, get it exactly where you want. Even at a seamstress, you could say, yeah, I want you to put a sew mark here, here, and here, and you'd be on your way, okay? So that's this video. Again, little tip. It's called soft knees. You guys can look on, you know, online on Amazon or whatever. There's some knockoff brands, but I usually just found I just went for these ones just because they're simple to find. Okay, so I'll talk to you in another video. If you want to stay updated with the website, just go to becominganelectrician.com/subscribe. You can get my free book for apprentice electricians of things that I wish I knew, you know, when I was out there being an apprentice electrician before I became a journeyman. I'll talk to you in the next video. This one's gonna help you work in comfort, okay?